What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I am back with another video. Today, I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video. Now, before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I make content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, I am back with another weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 181 to the best of my knowledge. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. Now, y'all already know I started this series off at the beginning of 2023. And here we are. We're on week 181, right? Okay. Now, if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, not only do we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a sports section, a food section, you name it, even a music section, right? If I do not get the content out in time, most likely we're already chopping it up in a sold out Discord, or somebody has already posted it up in there, and it's free to sign up. Shameless plug. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's get right into this weekly sneaker rotation. Now, y'all know I end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday. Now, this Saturday, the kid went to the chop shop, and probably by the time that I drop this video, probably should be heading back, even though I may not be going back this week, right? Okay, but I will be going back because that's my barber, you know what I'm saying? We got, you know, a nice little schedule already going. But anyway, this Saturday, pulled up to the chop shop, and none other than pretty much the prime times, right? Okay, now these are pretty much the Deion Sanders joints right here. Now, we know these as the 49ers, but a lot of people want to call these the Atlanta joints, right? Okay. Now, I personally like this, aka the Diamond Turfs, for the people who want to get super technical about the name. Now, again, it's always that gray area. Now, if you look them up, they're probably going to fall under the 49ers, but a lot of people say this is the Atlanta colorway. Keep in mind, this is a Deion Sanders sneaker, and a lot of people say that, you know, it's a gray area, right? I would say on safety purposes, probably best to look these up for the 49ers, because Deion Sanders did play for the 49ers, then he did play also for Atlanta, and he also played for my team, which is the Cowboys, right? Okay, which I think they do have a colorway. They got a plethora of colorways actually, right? Okay, so I want to give credit where credit is due. One of my favorite, like, official, like, I guess you can say, like, non-Jordan sneakers, even though it's technically fall under Nike as well. Obviously, it's got that red in there, so it grabbed my attention right off rip. Got a little hint of gold in there, and to be honest, I feel like this is one of those timeless classic sneakers that you can't really go wrong with. You know what I'm saying? I usually wear the straps open on these guys right here, but overall, timeless classic sneaker, and this is what I wore on Saturday, was the Diamond Turfs, pretty much 49ers. Cool. So pretty much, let's go and move right on to Sunday. That was my Saturday shoe. So Sunday, the kid tries his very best to just kind of catch up with family, relax, take a break. You know me, man, I'm constantly always working around the clock, so I could easily just pass out at any moment if I sit still, so I always like to keep busy. But anyway, on Sunday, Yeezy Slides, Pures, my beaters that I keep by the door. Yes, I got other pairs. Yes, it's probably time to retire these pairs, but I will say this, and the camera's not gonna do this any justice. Inside of here, it's kind of like molded to my feet, and to be honest, it is super duper comfortable. So I'm probably gonna rock these joints until literally I guess you say the foam wears off, right? No pun intended, but super dope shoe, super timeless shoe, and super comfortable shoe. I also paid resale for this shoe compared to all my other Yeezy Slides I got for retail. This is the one where I came off the hip where, to be honest, looking back on it, I should have just been a little bit more patient, but at the time, we didn't know Yeezy was gonna do what he was gonna do, right? Okay, and him and Adidas will break up, right? And I'll leave it right there for the clean version of this video. So this was my Sunday shoe, was a Yeezy Slide Pure. Cool. Now I'm gonna move on to Monday. As you guys can see, I'm about to be all over the place for this one right here. Non-Jordan week to keep it 100. So there's your hint right there. So step right back into work on Monday. And the Diamond Turfs again. Now this is known as the Atlanta colorway officially, but to be honest, I mean, you could easily probably pass these off for the 49ers as well, but I'll say Atlanta, and this is like the Deion Sanders sneakers. One of those, y'all know me, I keep the straps open mainly, and my coworker, right? He knows I had these guys in when he came in on Monday, and he's like, the biggest problem with this shoe, with that strap, if you strap it down, in my opinion, not comfortable. Maybe if you on the field and you got the cleats version or something like that, maybe so, but just regular everyday wear, yeah, I gotta have them open. Like, you know me, I rock all my shoestrings loosey-goosey anyway, so at that point, you guys probably are not surprised. Now, sometimes I had a joint flipping open, or sometimes I had a strap even flipping to the complete side, but just so it's not all over the place, because sometimes I actually be moving throughout my like work area, I keep the strap just like this. So anyway, this was my Monday shoe, was the Diamond Turf Atlantis. Cool. Now I'm gonna move right on to Tuesday, right back to work. This is my first time actually wearing this shoe right here. I actually did get these joints from a skate shop. There's a hint right there. And this is a collab, which is the Nike SB and Air Force One collab. Now I think this is the Orwood colorway. As you guys can see, I got the pink laces in here. And yeah, I got these joints for retail. And I will say these, comfortable right off rip. Now, I'm the guy that hasn't been like a major fan of these SB and collabs, like SB and Air Jordan 4 collab. I really wasn't a major fan. They dropped 2 colorways. While it is dope, but not enough to make you want to cop. Y'all know me, I'm a sucker for the color Air Force. You know I'm a sucker for an Air Force One in general, right? Forget the color. You know, I am a sucker for an Air Force One. Got that little hint of pink on here, and I feel like why not? You know, I wanted to give it a shot, and why not start out with an Air Force One? So this was my Tuesday shoe, was the Nike SB Air Force One Orwood, right? Okay, hopefully I'm pronouncing the name correctly. This was my Tuesday shoe. Cool, now I'm gonna move right on to Wednesday, right back to work. As you can see at that point, it pretty much threw me into comfort mode, right? I'm like, all right, cool. I want something comfortable to go back to the next day. Because I will say, the Nike SB Air Force One, while it is a little bit firm, pause, it actually is comfortable. So anyway, right back to work, stepped in none other than the Off-White Prestos. This is the black joints, RP to Virgil. Don't want to go any further without saying that. Brought these guys back out. This is a shoe that I think is a perfect like summer shoe. I don't think there's enough where I would want to wear it in a gym. I mean, maybe you're gonna do like a quick little jog or run, maybe so, but if you're just gonna be walking, gonna be throughout your building or do a long walk, this is a great shoe to have in your collection. And yeah, man, I think Virgil did a great job when it comes to the Prestos. It's kind of one of those timeless classic sneakers without like saying so. It's kind of one of those like obviously stating the obvious, right? Obviously features some of my favorite colors. Got the black, hint of red, and then yes, I keep the zip tie on my joints. I never understood why people even took this off to begin with, but hey, to each their own. It makes me a little suspect when it comes on a resale market if you want to cop these guys. But yeah, this was my Wednesday shoe, was the Off-White Presto black joints, RP to Virgil. Cool. Now to move on to Thursday, another shoe that I haven't worn that I recently picked up this year, and to be honest, I got motivated to cop these guys, and I felt like why not? This is a Nike Dunk, right? Nike Dunk, not a Nike SB Dunk, but just a Nike Dunk. Now this is the Kobe joint that's dedicated to his high school. I believe it's like Lower Marion Aces. I believe it's his like school name. And obviously we got the jersey that he wore when he played in high school on the back of these joints. This is my first time actually wearing these guys. And I'm like, man, I don't know how I waited so long. I just want to wait for the perfect time. Now I will say this. I'm a major sucker for the burgundy colorway. Now, if y'all remember, I was one of those guys that had like the burgundy or the maroon 5s. I want to say the maroon 5s. I want to say it was either maroon or burgundy 5s. I want to say the burgundy 5s, and then those joints fell apart on me. And then yeah, I said, you know what? I didn't want to buy them, even though they have re-released them. I was like, you know what? I picked up other alternatives where I feel like, you know, I don't really need those. And this is one of those, so I want to say RP to Kobe as well. Don't want to go any further without saying that. Crazy kind of saying that where, you know, feel like definitely him and Virgil are definitely going too soon, man. But you know what? Don't have too many dunks in my collection, but this is my first time bringing this out. And as we go into like spring/summertime, I feel like this is a great shoe to kick off with these right here, man. And while I'm more of a Nike SB Dunk guy, I definitely like Nike Dunks as well. So this was my Thursday shoe, was the Kobe, pretty much the Lower Marion Aces, right? Okay, so yeah, this was my Thursday shoe. Cool. Now Friday, the kid had off, but you know, still wanted to make moves, make sure I take care of business. And you probably seen me in this shoe in the gym, but I did actually double up on this shoe. I normally don't do double ups, but I did want a pair for the gym and obviously a pair to just rock. So this is my first time actually bringing out my pair that I'm just meant to rock. And I'm talking none other than the Air Max 95 Neons, right? Okay. Remember, these was a quote unquote problem, but I feel like stores just technically got them late. So I had to do a little bit of footwork to double up, but, right, okay, to be honest, when I did all that, the following week, every store's had their pairs, and I probably could have just went back and got another pair. I mean, I should have known. The hint was when I went to Foot Locker, they were out of my sizes, but the guy was billing like all the advertisement for the sneaker. I'm like, why y'all billing this if y'all don't really got it? But they got them, right, okay? And yes, I had to have these in my collection. Arguably one of my favorite shoes, and I consider one of the best sneakers probably of all time, considering one of my favorite skateboarders wore these to do that switch hill flip on the Thrasher magazine. I'm talking none other than Stevie Williams, right? So yeah, this shoe holds a lot of sentimental value for me, and another reason why I just want to keep this shoe in my collection. So yeah, this was my Friday shoe, was an Air Max 95 Neon. All right, man. So pretty much that completes my weekly sneaker rotation for this week. Y'all sign off in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of this thing and stop rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.